Have you considered how generational wealth is created? What strategies can you apply that the ultra-wealthy use to build their legacies? In this video, we'll talk about creating generational wealth through compound interest. Believe it or not, it could be the single most decisive and defining strategy of becoming rich. And in case you're wondering what compound interest is, let's just believe that it's the most powerful force in the universe. It can help us achieve great things, but it's essential to understand how it works so we don't get crushed by its power, and how much better it would be if we did. So let's dig deep and find out more about the secret ingredient of becoming rich: compound interest. Give us a like in this video and subscribe to our channel to make sure you're notified when future wealth mindset videos come out. What is compound interest? The strongest and most straightforward force in the universe is compound interest. It's the interest that you earn on your interest money. While many people believe for a long time that simply increasing their savings would enable them to become wealthy and achieve a certain level of financial freedom, the world has changed, and today the most reliable route to wealth creation has been through investments and earning through compound interest. There are two kinds of interest: simple and compound interest. Simple interest differs from compound interest. Simple interest generates at a set rate over time determined by the initial investment. Let's say you put in $1,000 into an account with no additional contribution at a 4% interest rate to comprehend simple interest better. Divide the principal by the interest rate and then the anticipated time, and the money will remain in the account. After a year, you would have $1,040. In expanding this to 10 years, you would have $1,400, and at 50 years, you would have $3,000. Now, let's examine compound interest. Compound interest is when you gain interest on not just the principal, but the balance of the total principal plus the interest. Again, you start with $1,000 and do not contribute any additional amount and receive a monthly compound interest rate of the same 4%, but this time it's compound. You'll finish this year with $1,040.72. Already, you can see the difference, though it's pennies year after year. The strategy and the planning that the ultra-wealthy implement is what makes compound interest their best allies. After 10 years, you would have $1,490.83, and after 50 years, you would have $7,364.36. Compare that to the $3,000 you would have using simple interest methods. Now imagine if you start with $1,000 and contribute a mere $100 monthly. After 10 years, you would have $16,215.81. If you were to stop contributing that $100 every month after 10 years and let it sit for the next 40 years, you'd have $80,104 and a penny. There are great calculators online that you can play with these numbers with, including investor.gov. Ask anyone who's contributed money to their savings or retirement account over the past 40 years to see how crucial it is to understand compound interest and how it works. The adage is that if you contribute $300 a month to an IRA starting, which is not even close to the IRS limited contribution, at 18 years of age and do that for 10 years, you'll be able to retire with $2.48 million without doing a single other investment. To elucidate that further, investing a total of $36,000 over 10 years and letting it sit until you retire at 65 years of age will leave you with a total of $2,480,158.42 left over. Plan early and be strategic like the wealthy. Compound interest is powerful. It can increase your wealth exponentially over time. So starting early and investing regularly is important. This will ensure that your money has the maximum amount of time to compound and grow. In addition, you should minimize the expenses as much as possible so that more of your money goes towards investments instead of being eaten up by unnecessary cost. Finally, choosing what kind of investment portfolio is right for you and your family, diversification is critical. You don't want all your eggs in one basket. Duration of compound interest. The longer you hold onto your investment, the better your possibility of doubling your primary investment by multiples and the more wealth you have succeeded in producing. 10 to 30 years or even longer is the perfect time for compound interest to work magic. The longer, the better. Example of compound interest. The most renowned scientist in the world, Albert Einstein, claimed that the idea of compound interest is the most powerful tool to increase wealth in the universe. How about Warren Buffett? He's a wonderful example of someone who uses the compound interest to increase his wealth, and he attributes his wealth to the ideology of compound interest. He's quoted as saying, quote, "My wealth has come from a combination of living in America, some lucky genes, and compound interest." Compound interest is the key to sustainable wealth building. The ability to capitalize on compound interest is the single most crucial skill you can have in your financial life. It makes millionaires out of people born without a silver spoon in their mouth. And it's how 40-year-old savers can retire before they turn 50 with so much money that they can live off their savings and will never have to work again. When you put money for investment into an IRA, individual retirement account, it starts growing immediately. But unlike a traditional savings account where your balance increases by only the amount of money you've deposited, with compound interest, your initial deposit will earn additional earnings based on its true total value after each period passes. If, for example, your initial deposit into an investment account makes 10%, then every year after that, the current balance will be 10% larger than it was during the previous year, and everything else, your interest earnings included, will grow by precisely 10% each time as well. And this is how an 18-year-old can become a multimillionaire by the time they retire. What variables are involved in compound interest? The following 5 elements are crucial to comprehending compound interest. 1. Interest. This is the interest rate that you either earn or pay. When the interest rate rises, you either make more money or you owe more money. 2. Principal amount. How much do you have to work with initially? How much money did you borrow? While compounding increases over time, everything depends on the original contribution or loan amount. 3. Periodicity of compounding. How quickly a balance rises depends on how interest is compounded, daily, monthly, or yearly. Ensure you know how often interest accumulates before taking out a loan or starting a savings account. 4. Duration. How long do you plan to keep an account open or repay a loan? You'll either make more money or owe more money if you save money in a savings account or hang on to a debt for longer. 5. Withdrawals and deposits. Do you intend to deposit money into your account regularly? How frequently will you pay back the loan? Over time, a lot depends on how quickly you increase your principal balance or reduce your loan balance. Your money will have more time for compounding, the process by which your overall investment will grow because of reinvested earnings to occur. Suppose you start contributing the current IRS limit for 2023 every year until you retire to a Roth IRA starting at 18 years of age and use a conservative 8% interest gain in the S&P 500 index fund. You would have $3,383,871.13. Let that sink in. Lesser known ways to generate compound interest. The following are tips and tricks which you can use to generate compound interest. 1. Give your investments time. The power of time is everything when it comes to compound interest. The longer that you give your money to grow, the more time you give it. For this reason, it's crucial to begin savings for retirement as soon as feasible. Less of your money has to be saved the earlier you start. Compounding can help your retirement savings increase in size too. 2. Debt should be paid off quickly. Whether you borrow money through credit cards, student loans, or other means, compound interest works against you. Over time, you owe less money if you can pay things off more quickly. 3. Examine APYs. In comparison to the annual percentage rate, or APR, the annual percentage yield, or APY, will offer you a better notion of the interest you'll earn or be paid. This is because the APY considers compounding, whereas the APR considers the introductory interest rate. Number 4. Check the rate of compounding. You'll make more money if an account accumulates interest more regularly, or the greater your debt. Your savings should compound as often as feasible, while your debt should compound as seldom as possible. Number 5. Debt should be paid off quickly. Whether you borrow money through credit cards, school loans, other means, compound interest works against you. Over time, you'll owe less if you can pay things off more quickly. The power of compound interest is undeniable. If you invest money and earn more than the inflation rate, your wealth will grow over time. On the other hand, if you aren't mindful of how you invest or don't earn a higher than average return, you could lose out on valuable opportunities to build assets for yourself. Compound interest works by creating a steady income stream and increasing the initial amount that you invested. It also ensures that none of those earnings are eaten away by expenses or taxes. If either one breaks down, your money won't grow as quickly or at all. This is Aimed Intentions, the architects of wealth building mindset. Our goal is to motivate you to set your goals and build wealth in your life. We hope you like this video and that it inspires you to build generational wealth through compound interest. Please share your thoughts in the comments section, including which of these takeaways you'll apply in your life. If there's a specific topic that you'd like to see profiled, leave your suggestion in the comments as well. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe buttons. Press the bell icon to stay connected with us too. This is Aimed Intentions, and thanks for watching.